Eye on air, it's my life. What you see now is one of the most important parts of my life. This is a drive on the Mauna Kea, 4,300 meter high mountain on the big island of Hawaii. I love it. Back then we were not walking on the summit of this mountain, but we were still driving. But still driving was an experience, because if you come up there and you don't move carefully, you really realize how you are gasping for air. It's thin up there, and running is not a good idea. So we are back on the big island of Hawaii. And as I said already in one of my Eye on Air contribution, it is one of the most important chapters of my life. And I just want to show you, after this one, I want to tell you that I have walked this mountain now 3 times. And yeah, it gave me a completely different perspective on life, a connectedness I didn't know before. And I didn't know before, therefore I want to show you. I have no notes today, because it's a blank page we started out with. This is pioneer work. There is nothing, just ideas, visions, passion. You have no clue what's coming towards you. And I think this is what I wanted to talk a little bit today, because as I have to mention, BIESTMILCH, the first milk of the cow, which I'm still working up till today, influenced my life in a way I couldn't have imagined back then. We started out in 1999, end of the year, and we thought, oh, it's easy. We have this, we sell it, we make our living from it. So I didn't know that I would venture out into completely unknown territory. I had no idea what's coming towards me. So there have been trials for me to work in medicine. I was educated and a medical doctor. I don't do this anymore, but I have some knowledge about these things. So the BIESTMILCH was one of my most exciting starts into a new life. And we decided one day to work in endurance sports, and then in triathlon, because triathlon was a small community, a worldwide community, and it reflects my urge to travel the world, to have projects all over the world. And one of these projects turned out to be on the big island of Hawaii. We had to start with this BIESTMILCH somehow. We were completely unknown. Nobody knew us. Nobody knew what this substance is. We have been strangers, aliens, or name it. And how do you manage to get into a marketplace? This is something very, very challenging. And because Hawaii is such a special hotspot in this world, it feels like you are at the beginning of life. And we decided already in 2002, if you want to be part of this community who gathers every year on this island for the World Championships, we have to be part of this, even though we had no clue what it meant. So first time I was on this island in 2002, we started filming with DVD. It was a different story. I mean, the technical equipment was not available, no YouTube was available. It was a big deal to send a photo from Hawaii to Frankfurt. All these things have been a big challenge with the first Panasonic digital cam I had back then. So we had, I don't know how to say, we worked a lot on concepts. How do we do this? We got to know a few athletes. They have been nice to us, but we have been sitting in these cafes over there. Nobody knew us. We were not very sure about ourselves. So we decided we have to work on a special a special promotion concept. So here we are, by the way, in a completely different world. Here, this is Hamilton. This was my last official appearance in triathlon in 2017 with Chris McCormack, who plays a very plays a very important role in my life. He traveled with me the world. So in the Big Island, on the Big Island, Hawaii, in Kailua-Kona, we started to develop a special concept to get our brand into the market. So it was like this. I think I would like to show you a short video clip about this. It was, can we change this story into another story? A little, very short piece that is quite different. So this was our promotion. We brought big cases. The alu cases are still here. They are still in my office with T-shirts, special branding with our beast. This is our logo since 1999. And we had tattoos. Back then we have been the first one with removable tattoos. We had swim caps. So my aim was to spread the beast on the island. And how to do this, because I don't see that it makes sense to just give things to people for free. So we said we have to make a deal. So we started our promotion in a way that we said, okay, you get a tattoo in the beginning and you get a swim cap. If you come back 3 days later with your tattoo somewhere on your body, be it here, here, whatsoever, you get a T-shirt. So with this deal, we managed to spread out our beast. It just moved on the whole island. There were the swim caps in the water, there were the T-shirts, and there were the tattoos. And like this we repeated for several years. And it gave us, I think this was the first step into branding. Branding is a difficult thing. It doesn't, it's not calculable. It happens or it doesn't happen. But what we experienced is that every year we were asked, where are you? Where are our T-shirts? And so on. So we did a lot of things like this. We started sponsoring athletes. We started to work with them. We started filming with them. And this was in 2006 the first time, 2007. And there was nobody doing things like this, because these athletes had no idea how to brand themselves. So we said, if we want to have exposure, we have to help the athletes to become a brand. And this is how our work started. And we started out, as I always said, it's pioneer work. We had no competition, nothing. And on the one hand, you may say, okay, how lucky they are, no competitors. And today I say, you know, competition is hard, but it also makes it easier because there are also other guys spreading out the news. And we have been the only one for so long. We started early morning with, I think it was 6:30. We have been by the pier, a very famous place where everybody gathers for swimming, where a lot of gossip takes place, where all the media is present, and it was a chance for us to mingle. And then we did our sessions with the athletes, which is a very tricky thing, because you know the divas, we had to adjust to their schedule, and then they are nervous, and it's too hot, and then it's too cold, and it's too early, then it's too late. And so we have a lot of, we made a lot of really interesting experiences. We can check, yeah, okay, we can, but wait, this is the wrong one. We go here, I have to go back. It's a little bit tricky because the issue is, I want to show you the first piece that you know what we are talking about. We had special asphalt piece to mark our way. Our goal was everybody has to follow us, they have to see us. So this was a special idea to put bees on the street. You have to have a special asphalt foil that people cannot fall over. You know, in the United States, this is very tricky that you don't get sued. So this was things we really invested a lot of work into it, and we were always filming. And after this, we went back, the whole team, and we did the editing. In the beginning, thank you to Fritz Zorn, who was always sitting till late in the night, midnight, after midnight, and then finally he gave me the clips and I was uploading them, writing a blog, uploading the videos, and then I think by 2 o'clock I fell into my bed. Just be scared not to wake up early enough, because of course I wanted to do my own sport, so I went running 5 o'clock in the morning with Kjell to get in shape again. And then we packed our things and went down to the pier to continue our promotion. Back then we didn't have an expo booth, nothing. It was also a small event. I mean, you could do whatever you wanted. I mean, later, Ironman was not like this anymore. You had to pay for each square centimeter you were in their territory. So in the beginning of this time, we did the first podcasts down there. I made the first podcast with Chris McCormick with an old Nokia telephone. I mean, it was like a fisheye perspective, so the face was not, I will show you maybe another time. And this was the first, I think one of the first uploads I did on our YouTube channel in 2006. And you know that YouTube, I think, came into being in 2004. So we have hundreds of videos on our channel now. So if you're interested in history, also in the history of technical equipment, you can really see it there. And then we did this podcast, and this was really fun. And I think I should give you a little taste what it meant to do podcasts. And there Herwig was with me, he stands beside me. I don't know whether he wants to say hello, it's here. And wait. And I have to tell you, if you do podcasts, it's a lot about the skills of asking the right questions. Because if you do podcasts and you ask an open question, or the people talk and they never stop. But if you ask them clear questions where they can give you a clear answer, it can be really a good and funny thing where you can gain a lot of experience from. And one of our questions was, back then, how do you feel? How do you know that you feel good? And this is a big issue for athletes before a race. How? And you know, you have all these measurements, these tools you have whatsoever. Today it's even worse. And if you listen to these guys, the criteria they have are, I just feel, I don't know, I sleep well, it's just a feeling. And maybe we can just listen to this.
I've known for about a week because I've been irritable and I've been nasty to be around, and I'm ready to go.
Enjoy, only.
When I sleep well, when I eat well, when I'm hungry.
I don't know. I don't understand really good English.
Oh, I hope that I make a good race, and yes.
I don't. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So there's no more training left to do. It's just rest up and get ready mentally.
I don't think I ever feel good for racing.
Confidence in your training. That's how you know.
So how do you know that you feel perfectly well for the race, mister?
And you see?
I rest.
You rest.
Yeah, you train so hard, you got to get.
You see, you get answers you don't expect. So we had other questions we will show you, and they are fun too, because it's, if you ask people questions like this, and this especially shows you that they don't use their watches or their heart measure belt, what do you call it, or whatsoever. And this is a good relation to BIESTMILCH as well, because it's about feeling good. And how can you find out that you feel good? You know, if you are moody, if you are having a bad appetite, or if you're eating too much, if your temperature regulation is not okay, all these little things, if your motivation goes down, if you are like not in your balance, then it's a good sign that you are not well, or that you did too much training. This applies also for people who are not doing sports. If you have these symptoms, some issue is in your body, and stress is pursuing you, and it might lead to a real illness later. And it always starts with very, very general feelings of discomfort. And this is what we learned when we were dealing with our athletes, and we had quite some also famous guys on board who also finally then had their BIESTMILCH during the race, and they did not take all these sugars anymore, and you don't get into these holes, you have not these gut issues. I mean, this is a big problem for athletes. So this is just a little excursion into a different world, in the different world of BIESTMILCH, because I have to talk about this, because BIESTMILCH really changed my view on the body and on the body feeling and what it means to have a whole body experience. And it also gave me the path to this big island. In the beginning it was everything about promotion and working hard for getting our message across. And after, at least 5 years on the island, I realized that this island has much more to offer than us working harder and harder, because it's about connecting with people, connecting with nature, and to feel part of nature. And this is what the mountains also give you, these volcanoes, these huge, nobody thinks that there can be a snowstorm or thunderstorm on this island, and that you have hail and all these things. And this, what we did also, and just how we tried to get our message, we did before the race in the evening, we were just driving along the race course, jumping out of the car, and you have to be careful not to get hit on the highway, and we're drawing BIESTMILCH letters, and we had boards for our athletes, like for Nicole and for Chris, to support them. And believe me, it was hot, it was hard job, and in the end we had to realize nobody cares. We thought maybe when the media drives there and we have our our wordings there and we have our boards, this will be in somehow picked up by cameras, but this was not the case. So many years we repeated this until to the point we said, nah, this doesn't make sense. It's hard work, we are sweating, we are tired, we have to get up between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning to be at the right time at this race start, and we are just kaput. So we stopped. we stopped to do it. But if I went through all these videos, I mean, it really made my heart little beating, and a little bit sad, because it's past. But it also shows what you have to do and what you try to do. If you do something nobody did before, and we live in times where everything is here already. Everything. You cannot believe what it means that you have to create everything from new. In my first business plan, I wrote about the concern that we are entering a virgin market. These were empty words. Here we are close to the word experience again. If you don't have experience, you write a paper because you know how to write a business plan from the books. It doesn't tell you anything. So to experience what it means to do pioneer work, and this pioneer work, it didn't end. Still today, because we are a small company, and we are a small team on the island, we have freelancers, but at the end we are 5 people fighting for this idea, and for this idea which can do so much good. And we don't get the message across, or we got the message across, but in such a small community, because we simply we can't make the input, because it's costing a lot of, unfortunately, money to get the exposure that one needs nowadays to reach the market. But especially during the current events of Corona, COVID, which is obviously changing a lot in people, where prevention and taking care of your health becomes more and more an important point. I think we have another chance, and the live stream we started is one of those chances, because we get out to people like this. We have, and others don't have either, the chance to go out into the physical world, even though I have to admit I miss it. I miss this teamwork. We had so much fun, and we had parties, we were cooking ourselves, we had a great team, and we had our beast with us. And the beast in us, it stayed with us since then. I don't want to copy things, I just want to do it my way. And I continue to do it my way. And the live stream is one of them. And the live stream is about telling my stories and the story of my team. And I think this is a very, very valuable thing, which is not relying on expert opinion. It's just walking into the unknown, make the experience, and tell you about it. Okay, this was it today. And as usual, I hear Ralph in my left ear and my right ear. Don't forget to read my little Zettel. Zettel is a sheet of paper in German, for those who don't know. So please, if you like our stories, if you have concerns, or tell us what you could change or what you would like to hear. But please, if you have any kind of idea about how to proceed, give us a like, give us a share, give us a dislike, shout at us, scream at us, give us a heart or whatsoever. We are happy to receive it, because I think this is also our strength. We are open to criticism, and we are looking for a discourse. So a like, a share. Our stream will be uploaded on YouTube, of course, and on Vimeo, and we will be on Facebook. And we are on social media. We are a techie company since the beginning. And my own platform, Swamps of Life, as I said already, there I express my very, very own ideas, which are not connected with a company or whatsoever. Join us on Instagram, Twitter, so we are happy. I want to show you at the end, when now our ride on the Mauna Kea, you will also see me walking on the Mauna Kea one day, where I was really breathing hard. And at the end of the story, after you have this one, I also want to show you a final image. May I have this? So, kann ich das reinnehmen? Can I? So, I will give you an idea, just a funny ending. This is lava and my favorite grass. And I have to tell you, this was my inspiration for my haircut. I have it since then, and I'm famous for this one. Okay, see you soon again. Thank you for being part of this story. Ciao. Eye on Air, it's my life, as you know, nothing else.